Hi everyone, I'm David Fu. I want to take a moment to express my deep gratitude for all of you who pre-ordered my book. This journey has been amazing and I couldn't have done it without you. As a special thank you, this is a bonus that's included in your PDF kit. I'll be going over a recipe that's dear to my heart. It's called Cá Nhúng Dấm and it's a special, very well-known dish that I did during my pop-ups. It's a take on a very traditional, classic Vietnamese southwestern version dish that's kind of a cross between a crudo and a tartare. And Cá Nhúng Dấm, that translates into fish dipped in vinegar. And in essence, it's tartare crudo with the introduction of shabu, with the understanding shabu, the liquid itself, the seasoning itself, is this beautiful vinegar. In this recipe, I'll be doing a sort of tasting menu modern version of this recipe. It's going to be a small bite version. And it's going to go through all the aesthetics that you would see, that you would apply for a very traditional family dish to what you would see on a tasting menu. And also to mention, there's a special story in this dish. It's a dish, Cá Nhúng Dấm, that I share very fond memories of my grandfather before his passing on my maternal side. He ate it every day. And with that sort of thinking, this isn't just another recipe. This is a family recipe, something very personal and something that I'm sharing specifically for you guys. And of course, I'll show you some cooking hacks and tips along the way. I hope you guys enjoy it.
First, let's tackle the more challenging part, prepping the ingredients that don't compromise their quality. I like to begin by extracting the flesh from the mature coconut. As you can see, I have a vessel ready to capture a small amount of liquid inside. I'm using a knife steel, but you can also use a hammer to crack open the shell. Once the shell is split, use a spoon to separate the flesh from the shell. However, it's not ready to eat just yet. I go a step further by peeling off the light brown skin underneath the shell with a peeler. While it's edible, it's not particularly pleasant to eat. Store the peeled coconut flesh in water to keep it hydrated. Next, I grew half a dozen pieces of rice paper. I'm using the smaller ones, about the same size as a small tortilla. On a low flame, I grill the rice paper until it puffs up, using tongs to protect my fingers. Keep it moving to avoid burning. Once done, set them aside in an airtight container. Now let's prepare and season our vinegar. You'll need coconut water, coconut vinegar, or rice vinegar as a substitute, lemongrass, macroot lime leaf, minced garlic, chunked shallots, and ginger peels I've saved, along with some cooking oil. In a pot, sweat the aromatics for a few minutes without browning them. Then deglaze with coconut water and vinegar. Immediately season them with sugar and salt. From there, you can add it to a sake pour. In this case, I'm using a tea strainer to serve tableside. Next up is our salmon. I recommend consulting with your local seafood counter for the best ethically sourced salmon. Sustainable choices are constantly evolving, so I won't make any specific recommendations here. Here's a tip. Par freeze your salmon for 30 minutes to firm it up to make slicing and dicing easier. Slice it thinly on the bias and cut into long strips to dice into small cubes. Set aside in a bowl and keep it cold in the refrigerator. Now add minced parsley, minced dill, small diced shallots, small diced chilies, I'm using jalapenos and Fresnos, small diced celery to the salmon. Season with sesame oil, and for acidity, I'm using small diced pineapples, make sure they're ripe, but canned crushed pineapples work too. Place all the ingredients in a bowl and gently mix until all the ingredients are well incorporated. To plate the dish, I like to use ring molds, which are great for shaping tartare and other diced meats neatly. You can find them online for around $10 to $20. Place the ring mold in the center of a small bowl and pack it with the mixture, pressing it down firmly. Grate a generous amount of coconut flesh over the top using a microplane. Then carefully remove the mold to ensure the mixture holds its shape. Serve immediately with grilled rice paper on the side, and then pour the vinegar into the bowl table side. I would suggest a small spoon as the flatware for this dish. Warning, this dish is addictive.